The landscape in this part of the world constantly takes my breath away. And I think as Kiwis, we're incredibly lucky to have this as our backdrop. The site sits high over Lake Wanaka. It looks out over the lake and the Buchanan Range. One of the primary drivers of the brief was to try and capture the view. Also to create privacy from the street, because the site is bordered on two sides by suburban streets. What we tried to do was create a house that would capture that view, but also make the residents of the house feel like they weren't being overlooked, that it was private. The site is a slightly odd-shaped, wedge-shaped section, and it's wider on the northern side where the views are, and it's narrower to the rear. So what we tried to do was design this almost H-shaped configuration where we used the front wing of the house to protect the occupants from the wind in the courtyard. And then the southern wing of the house is where we have more functional things like garage, and we have a family/bunk room. The idea is that when you walk into the foyer space, the roof compresses and it sort of sucks you into the space, and then you carry on down along this gallery space, and then it opens back out up to the view. Part of the idea behind bringing the cedar indoors was to try and contrast it against the rougher boardmark concrete. We felt we needed the timber to contrast the harshness of these more robust materials. Hidden doors are a feature of the home, and we have a number of them in the cedar wall that leads you into the main living space. One of them is the one that takes you into the snug, and it folds up and conceals against the walls, so when it's open, it's barely noticeable. The house is entirely clad in cedar, and we've used two different types of cedar. On the upper roofs, we've used a more natural, wider board cedar, and on the lower portions of the house, we've used a much tighter board that we've stained a darker colour. The curved walls are quite a strong feature in the project. We opted for this approach as we felt it handled the transition between there's an angled wall and a straight wall, and we felt that this was a gentler transition. We wanted to draw the observer's eye out to the view and follow the line of the roof. Wanaka's been my home for the last 15 years. It's very different to where I grew up. I think I have a real connection with the mountains, and as an architect I feel incredibly privileged to design houses in this environment.